Welcome everyone to the garden stage where we're going to begin in a second. Welcome to this pitch session around my favorite topic, it's education. Maybe in the audience you also like education. Raise your hand if it rings a bell. Yeah? Okay, they are listening, they are with us. It's going to be extraordinary. Education is something very important to me. I'm Rebecca. I'm the MC for today and I'm happy to be with you. Education is really so important. Lack of access to education is really a catalyst in the end to social inequality. That's why we really need to act and we really need to help people to be, and the new generation to, I don't know if you hear me, to become active and informed citizens for the rest and for the world. That's why we're here today. We're here to discover new projects that are innovative and that are going to foster the lack of access to education. In order to do that, we have jury here that will be here to listen to them, support them, and ask them important questions and elect their coup de cœur for today. So I'm happy to discover who you are. You have approximately 20 seconds. Let us know who you are if you'd like to begin. Not yet. Maybe you can begin.
I don't.
Maybe you can begin.
Hello?
You will begin.
I'm Jamie Gooby, partner at Shaping Impact Group, fund manager of SI3 Fund. We invest in inclusion and equal societies.
Welcome here.
Hello, I'm Melody Lang, founding partner at MPA Capital. We invest in companies developing inclusive solutions to the skills and labor shortages.
Congrats.
Hi, I'm Parul. I work with an organization called AIM in Australia, and we bring indigenous knowledge systems thinking to the mainstream systems to make them healthier.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi, my name's Kira Doyle. I am a co-founder of Going Green Media and a filmmaker, and we film climate solutions all over the world, just like these. And we like to educate the public on their existence to drive demand and inspire change.
Great.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Gunter Fischer. I'm working with the European Investment Bank in Luxembourg. EIB invests in education, in projects in education, and funds in education. And I'm working with the institute that has a big education activity, the European Investment Bank Institute. Thank you.
Thank you. The mic is working this time, and I hope the pitcher's mic is also working because we're about to welcome them. We're going to discover 5 amazing projects and then have a Q&A session with you, jury. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so let's welcome warmly the first pitcher, Capucine Salinson for Choisis ta planète, choose your planet in English. Let's go. Ça devrait.
Hello. Just close your eyes. Imagine you're 9 years old in a classroom, curious, dreamy. Then suddenly, a girl stands up and says, "But, miss, if we know the Earth is 6, why don't we get all together to fix it?" Boom. Joker. Today, 87% of young people feel anxious about the future. They're worried, but they also have all the energy to take action. So, what if we gave them the keys of the future? I mean, not in 10 or 15 years, but right now. At school, kids learn math, history, but nothing about changing the world. And science is clear. It's between 8 and 12 years old that children shape their values, which guide them throughout their lives. So what do we do? Leave them alone with their fears or prepare them to become change makers? At Choisis ta planète, we built an answer. The Challenge Planète, an eco-adventure where every classroom becomes a team of a superhero for the climate. What's our recipe? A learning experience that truly speaks to the children. Movies created with them to inspire without being overwhelming. Interactive workshop to understand issues, meeting with experts to spark imagination. And above all, a solid project method, turning the ideas into action. But our weapon? The game, because games grab kids' attention. And you know what? It works. 80,000 kids already involved. 82% of teachers have seen a change after only 1 year. 700 projects launched. So, if, like us, you believe that the biggest lever for global transformation isn't just a shiny innovation but a classroom, then it's time to invest in the future. How? Simple. Sponsor Classroom. Give thousands of students free access to the Challenge Planète, our educational and playful program. The goal? Grow from 4 to 10,000 kids per year. And because we can reach each child and we think big, we created our own Echo Netflix, a VOD platform with more than 40 inspiring movies. But we want it global, scaled, with even more content and in multi-languages. A Netflix 2.0 for all the changemakers of tomorrow. Exciting, right? Right?
Yes.
Good. Because the only thing we're missing is you, our lead partner. The platform is ready, just waiting for you. A lot of people ask us, but why kids? Well, who better than them? They got ideas, courage, and not an Netflix to distract them. Oopsie, actually now they do. So, ready to join us?
Yes. Thank you very much. Congrats. Thank you, Capucine. Wow. I'm excited, and I'm excited for the second two. Are you? Okay. If you're ready, then let's call Collins Kanikiptu for KAINO Africa. KAINO Africa, what do you do?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Collins Kaniki. I am the co-founder and country director of KAINO Africa. KAINO Africa is an education technology company that provides STEM blended curriculums for early childhood education in Africa. The problem.
Yes.
The problem. So we have 99% children in school in Africa, but they are not learning. Get it properly.
Okay.
99% of children are in school, but they are not learning. It's a terrible problem. Why is this happening? This is because of lack of foundational literacy and numeracy brain stimulation. The statistics show that 99% of children in Africa are enrolled in primary school. 99%. 1%, 1 out of 10, can read with comprehension. 9 out of 10 cannot read. And these are not my words. This is the World Bank report of 2020. So we have 115,000 schools with no teacher guides, with 2.5 million children in Kenya. And then we have 15,000 schools in Tanzania with 2 million nursery school children. And then we have 8,000 schools in Uganda with no guides. So what is the solution? Our solution to this is the play-based and child-centered pedagogies. This includes the STEM, that's science, technology, engineering. Good. The solution now. We have what's called play-based and child-centered pedagogies. So we have come up with an hybrid by putting together the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, that's the KICD, the Department of Education, and now the STEM curriculum to come up with the KAINO teacher guides. And what's interesting is that this KAINO teacher guides can enable children in Africa to read and write in just 1 month. I know you're wondering, just 1 month. So we have now the market opportunity. $20 billion are in nursery, primary, and secondary schools in Africa. $20 billion. Then we have $8 billion nursery and primary schools in sub-Saharan Africa. But now when it comes to Kenya, where I come from, $90 million is the market opportunity for nursery schools in that particular country.
And you can conclude by...
Okay, let me finish. And then,
Thank you very much.
let me just finish that. That's it for today. We're just asking for 100,000 United States dollars to acquire 20,000 paying users in East Africa and to whitelist our KAINO app
Yes. thank you very
to
much.
reach 5 million children. So thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. And we'll have more time with him in the Q&A session coming up. For now, another project coming, Konexio. Let's welcome Jean-Christophe Vidal. Jean-Christophe, let's go.
Thank you so much.
It's going to come. Wait. We can't hear you for now. We can't hear you for now. Can you try again? It's going to work in a sec. Let's try this.
This one.
Yes. Can we do that? Okay. No. Hello. Okay, let's try this one.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
so much.
Gonna-
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. You see technology. We're going to talk about digital inclusion. 12 million people in the European Union are unemployed. 8 million out of them lack basic digital skills. What's that? Writing an email, finding out a form, studying a document. They can't do that. We call that digital illiteracy. And this is what we want to address. I'm Jean-Christophe Vidal. I'm the CEO of Konexio, a charity that was created 8 years ago to address digital illiteracy. What we've done so far is that we've trained 12,000 people in France and in 3 East African countries. That's nice, but it's clearly not enough. To meet the scale of the challenge, we really need to change the game. And this is where our new solution, Konexio, comes in. Konexio is a digital learning platform that is based on artificial intelligence. What we want to do is 2 things. First, we want to have a learning pathway that is 100% comprehensive and also 100% adaptable to anybody in different languages and, of course, in different environments for young people and elder. Then what we want also to do is that we want to span it all over Europe. As you see, there are 27 different countries in the EU, and we need to address each of them before deploying to the world. Konexio is the solution that we think is able to replace some kind of human training or at least complement it. It's also going to be a digital assistant who can answer simple questions, both in writing and orally. In order to achieve this, we need to have an ecosystem. This ecosystem, is based on the employment agencies in Europe, like the France Travail or Bundesregierung für Arbeit. And we're going to rely on second-hand computers to reduce our footprint. What we need now is that we need impact-driven investors who are ready to help us deploy this solution in Europe. We also need, of course, our trainees whom we're going to rely to deploy the solution. And we need investment also in order to improve ongoingly our solution. Finally, we need funding in order to make it at European scale and then probably more globally. The action is really now. If you want to invest in digital inclusion, make a difference, it's now for everyone, everywhere, and at scale. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see Konexio in a second for the Q&A session. But for now, let's welcome NatureVerse, Natasha. Natasha, it's your turn. Good luck.
Check. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Natasha Albert, the founder and CEO of NATUREVERSE, and we create immersive VR and AR experiences that teach users about nature and transport you to it. This is created from my heart because I recently had an emergency surgery a year ago, and the sounds of birds was all I wanted to listen to. And there's proven studies that immersive experiences, either just visually seeing nature or hearing sounds of nature, has a profound effect on users when they go through these experiences. But we're losing a planet that we just don't understand. Imagine journeying to Yellowstone National Park in 2 minutes. We've already partnered with a large environmental organization where we made a digital twin of Vancouver Island to show the effects of logging and ancient old-growth forests. But why now? Because we believe that NatureVerse opens a way of immersive discovery and for users to really experience the Amazon or talk to an indigenous leader and their avatar and really understand what's happening. Or really see what the life of a bee is and see what a bee actually sees through their eyes. Why you and why us? We believe there's no passengers on Spaceship Earth and we are all crew. So having this stewardship is really important. We have an amazing team of experts. We've already reached $250,000 in revenue, and we have biologists and scientists, retailers, as well as folks from NASA and several universities such as MIT and Duke.
Yes.
We also have Thomas Furness, who actually invented virtual reality in the 1960s as part of our advisory board. Who is this for? Curious explorers passionate about discovery. We have a digital Sherpa, a time machine that can show you what an area, a forest, an endangered area will look like 100 years in the future or 100 years ago.
Begin
We
your
have a
adventure
short
aboard
video.
our NatureVerse airship. Choose your iGuide, your companion on this educational journey. With your NatureVerse Globe Watch, explore locations in the past and future. Discover the history of Yellowstone, Earth's first national park. Witness the vibrant grand prismatic spring, a marvel of colors and science. Learn about microbial mats and their impact on medicine and space research. See how debris has affected the ecosystem and take action with our NatureVerse drone. Help clean up the grand prismatic and you'll receive exclusive collector's items. Use your NatureVerse Globe Watch to explore the effects of climate change.
Our business model is direct to consumer, and we're asking for $100K to start with a $1 million investment to scale. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Natasha. We're grateful to have you as well. See you in a bit for the Q&A. Last pitch. It's the Educators Lab. Let's welcome Michelle Blanchet. Good luck, Michelle.
Hello, I'm Michelle Blanchett. I'm representing the Educators Lab. We're a team of teachers and social impact professionals who have a trust-based approach to advancing education and fostering community change. We're all here at ChangeNOW seeking solutions to the planet. But how often do we include teachers in the dialogues so that they are aware of and can implement these ideas so we can engage young people in the problems that we're talking about? We believe teachers are an undervalued ally in sparking meaningful change. Many teachers want to make a difference, we just have to give them a chance. Teachers act as a bridge to young people. For every idea, initiative, innovation you see out there, they are actually at the heart of implementation, sparking new ways for young people to engage in the world. Many teachers already act as catalysts in their communities, having a multiplier effect with their reach. This is why we created the Educators Lab. Through startup-style programming, microgrants, and storytelling, we help grow their ideas, amplify their stories, and recognize them as both professionals and strategic partners. Basically, we trust them. And in a time when the world feels really crazy and out of our control, we do have power at the local level. which is why we need to support those acting as catalysts and making that change. This is why we need to invest in people working in our communities, why we need to invest in teachers. When we do this, teachers feel valued, students learn critical skills, communities are impacted, and a little money goes a much longer way. We created the Educators Fund that supports innovative programming and it invests in teachers' ideas. For example, this past year, we ran the Green Educators Cohort, encouraging teachers from around the world to submit their climate action solutions and take part in a virtual accelerator. Teachers get on-demand coaching, microgrants, and visibility to support their work. And frankly, what we've seen has been really incredible. You can meet some of our teachers. We have Musisi, Brian, and Sarah here. Brian's using vermiculture to reduce food waste, improve soil quality, and create compost that he passes along to locals in the community. Musisi is engaging his young people in regenerative practices. They go home, they share that with their households. They also share these practices with their wider community. We have Sarah, who is on a reserve, and she is working with students to create a waste management system because they want to keep it clean. The projects are unique. They each identify a clear community need, and they're making impacts on multiple levels. So, what we ask is, how might your organization utilize the untapped potential of its teachers to expand your impact? You all have ideas, teachers have local knowledge, and we have a system to facilitate these partnerships. So get in touch with us. We're happy to see how we can work together and how you can do more to support teacher changemakers. Thank you.
Thank you. And congrats on the Educators Lab. You can stay with me because it's Q&A time. Yeah, you can all come back. Choisis ta planète, KAINO, Africa, Konexio, NATUREVERSE. You can come over me, on my left hand, on my right.
Good.
Let's go. So we have approximately 1 minute per pitcher. So one question each would be perfect.
I'll start. My question's from Michelle. So who funds these grants for teachers? And then kind of part two of that is, do you have a goal for how many you hope to give out each month or year? Or?
So right now it's us, which is why we're growing the fund. So we tend to subsidize through consulting projects so that we can create a fund for teacher because we've noticed this gap. So our hope would be to grow a fund, and that's why we're kind of here and doing outreach because we would like to be able to sponsor teachers' spots in the accelerator.
So going forward, it will continually be through kind of other companies or organizations funding that fund?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Another question to another pitcher?
I can ask a question. Connection. I was wondering, do you know of any competitors that you have? And my second question is, why are you a foundation and not? Why don't you have a commercial model?
Oh, sorry, the first question was on?
Do you have any competitors?
Oh, yes. Well, competitors, we don't have many. Most of the time, it's small businesses or small charities who address very local population. And what we do, and the differentiation factor that we have, is that we want to address the whole of France plus different countries. Why are we a charity? Because first, we really believe that our solution is for the social good. We do have a part of our activity that is targeted toward companies and for which we charge fees, but we don't want to charge fees for people who are digitally excluded.
But there might be a good B2B model in this solution that you have.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I've got a question. Natalia, is it?
Natasha.
Natasha, sorry, almost there. You said your business model was B2C. Have you thought of other business models that could make it more inclusive or have a freemium model or so that anybody could access it?
Yeah. We also have a second roadmap, which is B2B. So we are already in 3 discussions with a science museum, a maritime museum, and STEM as well, and creating a app on the MetaQuest store that would have a freemium model. I worked for Meta, so I've launched that before, and we really do believe that when we get sponsorships working with universities, that it could be a public-facing app which is direct to consumer, but working B2B and with institutions, because education on the MetaQuest 3 with the Apple Vision Pro is a huge growing sector, actually their largest growing sector. I just didn't have time to go into it, but thank you for asking. Thank you.
Can I follow up with a quick question for you, and then I'll come to you, if that's
Very,
okay?
very short.
Very, very,
Very
short.
short.
Is to
Perfect.
say,
Time, yes.
can you at least
I trust you.
consider indigenous communities, especially if there
Yes.
are elders and land restoration work you're doing, if there's a remuneration model back to the elders or people caring for the land? I don't know if it's already inbuilt, but that's something you should consider for sure.
We've already talked to some indigenous tribes in New York, and to do the storytelling of how they live off the land and visually show, for example, how they create aqueducts like a state.
But
And
would the profits and the money return to them
yes,
as well?
all the royalties, and that's the whole point, is to give back. But I want to give other people another chance.
We're good. Great.
Just quickly on the, you said people can learn in 1 month with your model. People can learn to read and write. Kids can learn to read and write within 1 month. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Has it been tested, proven? How many kids are you working
We have success stories. We tasted it in a refugee camp in Uganda, and with the STEM, it's able to stimulate the brains of young learners as compared to other curriculums that are there. So it has been tested and it's perfect.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Next question.
I have a question for Choisis Planète. You mentioned you have already 80,000 kids, I think you mentioned, as clients. And your model is to sponsor a classroom, I think you called it, right?
Yes, you're right.
Can you quickly explain how you got to the kids and who are your clients actually? How does your business model work?
Yeah.
Who's buying basically?
Yes. We're working with regional companies which sponsor classes there in the area. I mean, we got in 3 different regions, Hauts-de-France, Rhône-Alpes, and in Île-de-France. Then it's PME, I don't know what to say in
SMEs. Yeah.
And they just sponsor 1, 2, 3, 10 and more classes. Voilà.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your questions, for your answers, for your project, for your impact. I wish for you to continue to grow. Thank you, jury. Now the hard job is done, but you will have to pick your coup de cœur project, and one of you will be able to pitch tomorrow. Your time to pick your coup de cœur. You have 30 minutes with the members of the jury at the networking area in a minute when they are finished. Thank you again. Congrats on your project, and see you soon. Thank you, audience. We'll come back with another topic on cities in 30 seconds or so.